and welcome to the interview. My guest today is one of Japan's most successful entrepreneurs and a globally renowned art collector. He's also the first commercial passenger to attempt a flyby around the moon as early as 2023 aboard a SpaceX Starship. Yusaku Maezawa, thank you so much for joining us here on France 24 for this exclusive interview. First of all, what does it mean to you to be the first civilian to go to the moon? Is it a kid's dream come true?
I always liked adventure since I was a child, but I never dreamt that I'd fly to the moon until recently. About 5 years ago, I heard that it would be possible for ordinary people to travel to the moon, and that made me want to go there. It's the most romantic, challenging, and fun adventure that I can undertake today. That's the reason why I want to go there.
Now, I don't mean to be pessimistic, but a lot of bad things can happen up there. Aren't you scared?
If I think about that, I'm going to feel worried. So right now, I'd rather focus on the trip.
To go up there, you have to be in top physical and mental shape. What's the type of preparation you're going to undergo?
I'm not going as an astronaut. So I think if I just stay healthy, I'll be physically fit to fly. But I'm going to have to train mentally to make sure I'm not too worried once I'm up there and be able to really enjoy the trip to space.
Many of our viewers at this point are probably thinking, how much does it cost to go up there today?
With Elon Musk, we've decided not to disclose this information, at least for now. We will talk about it when the time comes. There's a lot of attention about that in Japan, too. People are saying it would cost around 100 billion yen. All I can say is that the figure is lower than that.
Now, do you think space travel will become mainstream soon?
Yes, there's no doubt that it will soon be available to everyone. Once I travel to the moon, I can already see myself wanting to land on the moon as a next step.
You've decided to go to the moon with 9 artists. It's part of a project called DEARMOON. It's almost like a letter you're writing to the moon. Why artists and not scientists?
Many of the people who have been to space so far are scientists or astronauts. I don't think there have been any artists. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of impact space travel will have on artists' work. My dream is not so much to go to space, but to pursue world peace. My idea was that by taking artists along with me, we would be able to bring a message of peace more easily and spread it around the world in a better way. That's why I chose artists as teammates.
Now, why is art so important?
Art doesn't need words. I think art is something that can connect people, regardless of who they are, where they live, or what their gender is. I myself have always been fascinated with art. So I think it would be meaningful to give people around the world a way to think about peace through art and connect them across borders.
So you're also one of Japan's most successful entrepreneurs. You created the country's biggest online fashion store called ZOZOTOWN, and recently a custom fit apparel brand and an at-home measurement system. It's called, evidently, the ZOZOSUIT. How does it work?
The ZOZOSUIT is a tight-fitting black bodysuit with many dots on it. If a user takes a photo of himself with a smartphone and sends it to us, our software takes all his measurements, and then the client can order custom-fit clothing from home.
And why did you decide to create this? Is there a personal story behind it, or...?
I'm small myself, and I always had a difficult time finding the right clothes. What the brand ZOZO aims to do is to measure the body size and provide clothes that are perfectly fitted for the client. Precise measurement is very important to us. It shows respect for our customers.
The ZOZOSUIT was immediately a great hit with lots of people wearing it on Instagram and joking about it, and you even call it the ZOZO revolution. Do you think that it will revolutionize the fashion industry and the way we buy clothes?
That was the aim when we started making the suits. For now, it has gained recognition in Japan, but outside the country, it's still relatively unknown. We hope to soon expand beyond the domestic market.
So that's the next step.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to develop a tool to free people from sizes? Was it a way for you to celebrate the fact that they're unique?
Up until now, ready-to-wear came in just a few sizes, like small, medium, and large. There are a lot of people who have difficulty finding the right size. I had the same problem myself. Because I couldn't find the right size, I often gave up dressing up. It was embarrassing. What we want to do is to offer a size that fits just right, which would in turn help people appreciate fashion more and eventually to have more confidence in themselves so they want to go out and meet people. I think that socializing is what fashion is for.
Let's go back a little bit on your life. As an adolescent, you also decided not to go to college. Why not?
I didn't want to become a salaryman like normal people, and I loved music. So I decided to start a band and quit high school. I was very excited about the idea of developing this band. I always do what I love. I believe that if someone loves studying, then they should study. But for me, it was music.
And so that's when you decided to move to the US and you started collecting CDs. That's actually what started your business at first.
That's true. I started collecting CDs and old records. I moved to the US and I stayed there for only 6 months. But during that time, I bought so many records, so I decided to start selling them online. And that website later became my first business.
Was it always an ambition for you to become rich?
No, I never even imagined I would become rich. I just did what I did and I got rich as a result. I'm not attached to wealth, really. I still don't know how much money I have.
What's the key to success for young entrepreneurs who are watching us? What's your advice for them?
I hope they pursue what they love doing, like myself. And they should never be afraid to take on challenges.
So from what I understand, you come to France quite often, about 3 times a year. What do you like about France?
I love designer furniture. My favorite French designers are from the 1950s, Jean Prouvé and Jean Louis. I collect furniture from Jean Prouvé, and I even organized a huge exhibition for him here in Japan, for which I was given the Medal of the Order of the Arts and Letters here in France.
And one of your pieces is also in a museum here in Paris at the Louis Vuitton Foundation. What does this piece mean to you?
It's a blue painting from Basquiat. It's 1.80 meters high, and it's Basquiat's face. I bought it at a Sotheby's auction for $100 million. So, of course, it had people talking. I've always loved Basquiat. This is definitely my masterpiece, and I was very inspired when I saw it. I don't want to keep it for myself. I want it to travel. I want it to be shared by as many people as possible. By the way, this piece will not stay at the Louis Vuitton Foundation. It will continue to travel.
And why do you like Basquiat in particular?
I love the colors he uses, the angles too, and I love his life story. He's very hype. Like me, he comes from the streets, and he was a musician, and therefore I admire him.
You're interested in art, in music, in, traveling into space, in fashion, and pretty much everything. What other projects do you intend to develop in the future?
I just want to continue doing what I love. I tend to go really deeply into things, collecting items or researching a lot on a particular topic. I want to continue doing that. I want to continue pursuing my dreams.
Yusaku Maezawa, thank you so much for speaking to us here on France 24.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That brings us to the end of the interview, but you can watch it again on our website, france24.com.